empty campus. But with the campus being closed, should students still have to pay the same fees and tuitions? And what about international students? They pay much higher rates and cannot access the campus they came to study at. We talked to International Student Advisor Becky Petro for more insight.
A little bit less than half, 46 of our students owe tuition fees. So yeah, and I've been reaching out to the students every couple of weeks, just reminding them that they're going to have to make a payment on their fees before they'll be able to register for the spring. That wasn't the case, as you may recall, for summer or fall. Students were allowed to enroll with their outstanding balances because of COVID-19, but they're no longer making that exception for this spring. So everybody's going to have to pay up before they can register for another semester.
Many students are starting to feel they're not getting their money's worth. If the operating costs are lower, shouldn't the tuition be lower as well?
I do agree that online classes maybe should have a lower tuition rate, but you have to think about, because you're not using space on campus, so you're saving money because you're not using facilities, you're not using electricity, whatever. So there are certain cost savings to the college for having an online class versus having an in-person class. I really don't know much about the economics of academics and education, but I would think just based on that alone, that an online class should have a lower tuition rate because it's not costing the school as much to provide that class.
Why are we paying so much for student service fees if we can't use the campus? Vice President of Student Services Pedro Avilar explains why service fees remain.
So the only thing left, George, is the tuition fee of $46 per unit. And that's not a fee that we're able to waive. That's a state. That fee is set by the state, and the state decides whether they want to increase it, lower it, or if they want to waive it. But that's not something that the college can decide to waive on their own. That's a state-controlled fee.
Senior Dean of Students Jeff Ethington gives us a breakdown of what fees are being charged and what services have been affected.
We're still charging the health fee, and we're still providing services, both physical health and mental health services, at levels that are close to what they were before. Mental health, actually more. We're not charging the student center fee because we don't have an operating student center. We're not charging the student transportation fee at this point because students can ride the bus free, actually, because the county and cities aren't charging at this point. They'll probably start again.
Yeah.
And we still won't charge the fee, and we'll just have to make do.
Yeah.
We're still charging the Cub Card Premium, but that's an optional fee for students. We have limited benefits there, but there are benefits. And we're charging the student representation fee because we still have student government, and they are representing our students and doing the work of the students. So.
And how has this been affecting the faculty? They've had to switch over entirely to remote learning and may not have been fully prepared.
I do want to highlight, though, that we've had some departments that have had actually increase in workload. One of them is admissions and records because of the number of students adding and dropping courses and processing courses for NP, no pass, no pass. And then the other one is financial aid because of the emergency grants that we've been awarding students. They've been processing thousands of requests from students. So those two departments have actually had an increase of workload after COVID because of the nature of the work.
It has already been decided that the spring 2021 semester is also going to be a remote learning experience. Some classes have been canceled altogether, delaying the educational plans for some students that have already been financially invested in these programs. Administrators are unable to provide any kind of timetable as to when the campus will reopen.